Alright guys, Will here from ZaltekReviews.com. Today I'm taking a look at another one of my favourite micro brands, and it's Revelot. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is the new version 2 of the R11 Hexmariner. The bigger version, I know I reviewed the 39mm version, I can't even remember when it was. And I also reviewed the original version of this back whenever that was. But anyway, this is a new one with a few upgrades. So let's get into it then. Right guys, I'll rattle through this as quickly as I can. I'll go through all the specs and whatnot, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Right, the price of these start from $298 US. Total bargain, if you ask me. There's an absolute shit ton of different colour options, and there's special editions, limited edition, there's a meteorite one, and there's also another one that's been released. I think it's been released today as of making this video, but the majority of these won't be released for at least another 5 days. Next week, I think it's Wednesday, I'm not 100% sure, but it's coming soon anyway. So you just need to go to their website, and there's actually a countdown timer right at the top. I'll leave links in the description. It takes you to my website and you'll get the full spec, all the different colour options, where to buy, everything you need. Right then, case diameter of this, 42.2mm. These are my own measurements, by the way. Total thickness of 12.7mm, lug to lug of 47.6mm, and the watch has a 22mm lug width. The total weight with the bracelet sized up for my 6 3/4 inch wrist is 168 grams, so quite chunky, but it is a 42mm watch, so not every watch can be made for my wrist, because I like 38, 39, 40mm, maybe a 41, depends. It's all about the lug to lug measurement, to be honest with you. Right, movement inside it. Obviously the Seiko NH35, 21,600 vibrations an hour, hackable, self-winding with a 41-hour power reserve. The case itself, I actually think it's been upgraded as well. The basis is the same, but I think the finishing has been improved over the original 42mm version. I know that there was anything wrong with the original, but I just think that like the transition between the brushing and the polishing is, well, to be honest with you, it's excellent. Focus. Anyway, I will say it's a really nice watch, and the build quality is superb. The finishing is excellent. What was I saying? Right. Brushed on the sides, you have a polished chamfered edge, runs right along there over the crown guards, down over the lugs. Both sides, obviously. No undercut on the bottom, which is fine, fair enough. What else? You can obviously tell there's like that hexagonal theme right throughout this watch, which is nice. I do like it. The bezel itself is 120 click, unidirectional. It has a ceramic insert, which is lovely. It's also lumed as well. lines up perfectly on this one. In fact, I don't think I've had a watch from Revelot that didn't line up. I like that, because if the bezel doesn't line up, or the chapter ring, minute track and all that sort of thing, I think the watch is broken. And it's, I mean, I get a lot of watches sent to me, and sometimes that's the case. Bezel doesn't line up and all that pish, and it just pisses me off. It just goes to show that whatever brand that would be, they just lack attention to detail. Right, crystal, flat sapphire, plenty of AR coating on it as well. Not had any issues with this whatsoever. The dial, there's various dials, right, as I mentioned earlier, loads of colours, absolute shit tons of colours, and there's also a meteorite finish. I actually asked for the meteorite because it's white meteorite. I really wanted to see that, but they sent me this one. It's a kind of mint green version. Fine, fair enough. Can't really complain. Oh, this video is sponsored by Revelot, by the way. But I mean, if this watch was shite, I would say it was shite. So it doesn't matter if it's sponsored or no. Right, the lume on this is superb. They've applied a shit ton of lume, and it's the good stuff. Depending on what model you go for, you'll get Swiss Super-Luminova BGW9 Grade A, or you'll get C3 X1 grade. Can't get any better than that, I'm afraid. Water resistance, 200 metres. Fine, fair enough. Case back, screw down. Let me show you. Screw down, exhibition display, nice finishing on, you can see there. You can't really see the movement because you've got that cover thing there. But it looks alright, I suppose. That's sapphire glass, by the way, I believe. It's nice. Well put together, I've got to say. Now, you might be wondering what's different from this to the version 1. Well, to be honest with you, I don't think this is more of a refresh than a version 2. Because the only difference is, I mean, the lume is fantastic, so I'm presuming that, you know, they made the lume a lot better over the original. I think so anyway, and I think the finishing's been upgraded as well. The other different upgrades I've done is I've lumed the logo on the crown, top of the crown, obviously it's screwed down. Signed, obviously, the logo is lumed. The total size of the crown is 6.8mm. All good. Suits the proportions of the watch perfectly. Easy to use. Right, I have no problems with this watch. I actually do highly recommend this watch. It is a good buy and it's cheap. The build quality is spot on. The lume is fantastic. Oh, another, I forgot to mention. The bracelet. The bracelet's lovely. Brushed and polished. You can see the polished parts there along the top edge of that. The edge of the link on both sides. Mill clasp. And they have changed this. They've gave it more adjustment holes. I've gave it 5 now, which is bang on. Nice and comfortable on wrist, the whole bracelet. Even though it's quite heavy, it doesn't wear top heavy. It's all quite balanced out, you know, with the bracelet. I'm sure it would be top heavy if you just put some form of 2-piece strap on it, but with the bracelet it wears great on wrist. As I say, you'll be able to buy these direct from Revelot's website. As I say, all the details in the description. And last but not least, it has a 2-year warranty. Perfect. Fantastic. Yeah, really nice watch. Highly recommended. And good value. And I would also give it the gold award. Yep, definitely. No complaints. No complaints whatsoever. Well, mate, I forgot to mention the dial in that, didn't I? You can see the pattern. What do they call this again? A crystal star pattern on this one, which is on the majority of them. Is that light on? Aye, it's really nice. Good attention to detail, and you've got that hexagonal theme there with the indices and whatnot. Date 6. Lovely. Right, no complaints for this one. Right guys, that's about it. Aye, recommended. Buy it, pre-order it, whatever it is. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Toodles.